Hi, and welcome to my 2-month post-op video on my blepharoplasty. This is just a quick update to let you know what has been happening over the last couple of weeks since I last posted a video and kind of where the process is at. I don't have another post-op appointment for another month. So sometimes, there's a couple month period where they sort of leave you on your own, and it's a little stressful, right? I mean, it's nice to be, we don't want a lot of doctor's appointments, but it's also nice to be seen as well by your physician. But there's a reason for that. I mean, everybody's healing. I have no makeup on now, obviously, so I can show you the CO2 and also, I have a little bit of mascara, but I can show you the CO2 and also the scars. But, there's a reason for that. There's really nothing that we can do during that healing period where we're just waiting for like remodeling and so on. So that's what I'm waiting on. So let me first kind of zoom in on my own face here. So the CO2 laser, a little bit of the dark, I have a little bit of a tan now from recent travel, but the darkening has dissipated. So the hyperpigmentation is going away somewhat. I do still have a little bit, but I'm going to show you, it's a horrible view, but I'm going to show you my fine lines so you can see how much they reduced. Probably, given my age, I don't need Botox under my eyes anymore, but I think this is kind of something you need to do every 6 months until you have it under control, and then every year after that. So that's where I'm at with the CO2. The skin feels good, normal, pretty clear. My normal esthetician was pretty shocked that I don't have any, obviously I have lines over here, but nothing too substantial. I do have an appointment later today to just kind of get my forehead, some injections in my forehead before some upcoming travel, but I'm going to have her stay away from the eyes and anything lower forehead so we can really make sure that everything's kind of healing evenly when I do see her when I return from my trip. So I know last video I had a couple things where, first of all, you can see the incision on this side. It does still look red and it's raised. I am using scar gel on that. You can use hydrocortisone. Well, my surgeon says I can use hydrocortisone, so make sure you check with your own. So there's that, and you can see it's red and it's raised still, but the middle section has not been. And if you've watched my prior videos, you also know that my lids have been uneven. They are still uneven. This is probably as good as it's going to get. There's no swelling right now that I can see at all. Maybe there's still some in there, but I don't see anything. And this lid is longer than that lid, but it's nothing so substantial that I would do anything about. And if you watch my first couple of videos, you know that it was on my mind pretty early on that I needed to do something about the unevenness. But I don't think that's going to end up being true. Maybe I just got used to looking at myself this way. And maybe that gap, right, that they make us wait between appointments is so we get used to seeing ourselves like this. I don't know. And then on this eye here, last video, I had showed you how red and raised it was. It is still red. It is still raised. If I touch it, it feels like a rope. But it's about 50% flatter than it was just 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I do gently massage it because I've read about that, not because she told me to, but I do gently massage it a few times a day. I try to keep makeup off of it when I can, or I use that same Clinique jumbo stick that I showed you in another video. So I do massage it. The scar on the end, red and raised, it doesn't look very good because it extends out, but those will turn white and they will flatten. And then I think they'll probably blend with my crow's feet. It's the only one that won't move, right? With Botox. So anyway, I think overall healing is going well. I will be very pleased when this raised area is less raised. It's definitely less ropey, but there is still some raised pieces to it, some raised sections. And it's just, one, it's disconcerting, but two, it's really hard to put makeup on when there's a lip. I mean, it's like putting makeup on here and then a whole separate ridge, right, that you have to kind of work around. So that's kind of where I'm at 2 months. I know a lot of people kind of give up on videos around this point because they feel like they're mostly healed. I do wish this eye was up to this eye. I mean, this one is so smooth, you can see the scar, but only towards the end. You really wouldn't know anything was done. Ironically, this is the one that had the most amount of work, whereas this one is still, as you can see, it is still red, it's still raised, and looks like I had work done. So I'll be happy when this one catches up with this one, but it could be a couple more months. It could stay a little bit raised, and then there's some treatments that they can use to help flatten it. So I will update you all probably another month, give it 4 more weeks, 3 or 4 more weeks, and then see how it goes from there. So I thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. I'm happy to answer. as detailed, or I'll be as transparent as I can. If you don't mind subscribing, you find the content interesting, it would really help me out if you did. It's a new channel and I'm starting from scratch. So everybody who's subscribing, I really appreciate you and thank you so much. And if you do want to be notified on month 3 for the follow-ups of this procedure and many others that I do, please feel free to hit the notification button, and thank you so much.